Hello, my friends. Today is Tuesday and I'm excited to be back here with you. We're going to start our day off today with a shape review. So let's look at some shapes and see if they're ones that we can recognize. What shape is this? Triangle. What shape is this? Rectangle. What shape is this? Oval. What are these? Stars. What is this? A square. What are these? Diamonds. What are these? A moon or a crescent. What's this? A circle. And we're back to a triangle. Okay, let's turn it around. We'll do the other side. They're kind of mixed today. What's this? A circle. What's this? A crescent or a moon. What's this? A diamond. What are these? Squares. What's this? A star. What are these? Ovals. What are these? Rectangles. And these, we'll flip this one over. Triangle. And we're back to circle. Those are so fun. We have shapes all around us, and so it's good for us to review so that when we see those shapes, we can remember their names. So this week, my friends, we're talking about bugs and insects and flying things, all kinds of creepy crawlers. But today we're going to talk especially about bees. So I have a little paper here to help me talk about bees and different kinds of things that go with bees. So every bee lives, do you know where bees live? Bees live in what's called a beehive. A beehive is their home. Inside that beehive, we have two different types of bees. We have the queen bee and we have the worker bee. Now the queen bee, she lays eggs and makes all the little tiny baby bees that are going to grow up. Well, the worker bees, they travel to and from the hive collecting pollen. Do you know what pollen is? Pollen is usually the middle part of a flower. It's yellow, it's kind of dusty, it can get on our hands. And that yellow part of the flower, it does two things. Number one, when that yellow spreads from flower to flower, it's a process called pollination. Now, sometimes we don't like bees and we think they're kind of pesky and scary, but did you know that if those flowers don't get pollinated, we won't have any fruit? All of those beautiful flowers on our fruit trees, they won't get pollinated and then the fruit won't grow from the tree. So bees do a really big job helping us. Well, those bees, they fly from flower to flower, they collect pollen, and they bring it back to the beehive, and they make what's called honeycomb. Honeycomb feeds the baby bees, it feeds the queen bee, and it stores enough honey so that those bees can live during the winter. Now, sometimes those bees make so much honey that they have extra. And so a beekeeper can use what's called a honey dipper, and he goes in and he scrapes out the honey and he takes out the honeycomb and he gives us the honey that we buy at the grocery store that we can use to make our food. So bees have a very important job. Bees are one of the few insects and creepy crawlers that will hurt us if we try and touch them. That's the reason why they're yellow and black. Yellow and black, do you remember what yellow is? Red means stop, green means go, and yellow means be careful. Okay, so when we see a bee with yellow and black stripes, it's telling us, guess what? I have a stinger and I can cause you a big owie. So when you come around me, be careful. We don't reach for bees, we don't grab them. We don't try and touch them when they're on flowers. We just watch them, and we can watch them fly from flower to flower, and they are doing an important job, because if you're like me, you like to have honey on your toast. And if we didn't have any bees, we wouldn't have any honey, and we wouldn't have any fruit. So next time you see a bee, make sure to tell it thank you. Okay, now for our next activity, we're going to practice our cutting again. So I sent your mommies and daddies a printable over their email just for cutting, and it has bees, it has a worker bee, a queen bee, and a beehive. So right now you can go get your mommy and daddy and ask them to print that for you, and then you're also going to need a pair of scissors. Okay, so I have my paper here and I have my scissors. Remember, when we hold our scissors, what's our special song that we sing? You put your thumbs up, you put your thumbs up when you cut, cut, cut. Good, and I want to keep my thumb up on top, especially when I'm cutting this paper. So I'm going to have my thumb up, and I'm going to have my thumb up on my hand that's holding the paper too. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to cut all the way across. Good. Do you see those dotted lines? I followed those dotted lines with my scissors. Sometimes it helps when we're following the dotted lines if we follow them with our finger. So you can follow them with your finger. This one goes up and down. Up and down. And up and down and up. Good. There, see? We cut all the way across. You see how those papers are now cut? Okay, here's our last one. And this one's the easiest because it goes straight across. We're just going to go all the way across in a nice straight line. Here we go. Are you ready? All the way across. All the way across. Good. So now we've taken our scissors and we've done 1, 2, 3 cuts. Good job doing those cuts with me today. We went all the way across our beehive, which is so fun. Okay, friends, we also have a coloring page that we're going to work on today. Now, I sent 2 coloring pages. I sent a queen bee and I sent a regular worker bee. So you can pick which one you want to use, and we're going to color. Now, when we use our scissors, we put our thumbs up and we squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Well, that's good practice because now when we're going to use our crayons, and I have my crayon box here with all my different colors, when we use a crayon today, we're going to use that same motion of pinch, 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 and we're going to pinch, pinch, pinch our crayon. So remember, when we're holding a crayon, we don't want to grab it this way. Sometimes this makes us feel like we have a stronger hold, but when we're older and we go to big kid school, we're going to need to hold a pencil all day long. So we're going to use our alligator chomper and we're going to pinch, pinch, pinch that coloring crayon, and so that we don't let go and our fingers get strong. Okay, now remember, when we color, do we scribble all over the whole page? No, that's not a great job. We do a great job when we color things one by one. So we're going to take a look down at my coloring page and I'm going to try and color things one by one. Okay, here we go. Ready? So our next activity that we're going to do today is we're going to make ourselves a honeybee. So we're going to be using paint, glue. In yesterday's activity we had some googly eyes and some pipe cleaners, and those are going to be things that we want today again too. So a couple of things we remember when we're painting. Number 1, do we paint our hands? No. Do we paint our faces? No. Do we paint our clothes? No, we do not. We only paint paper, and we only paint our project. So that's what we're going to focus on today too, is making sure that our paint stays where it's supposed to. So when I give you the signal, you can go collect all your supplies and we'll make our honeybee. Ready, set, go! Okay, friends, I have all my supplies that I need here to make my craft for the day. So I have yellow paint and a paintbrush. I have some good tacky glue, sticky glue, any kind of glue that you have. I have my eyeballs, my little googly eyes, I have pipe cleaners, and then this is part of an egg carton. So this is gonna be the bee's body, and we're gonna take this and paint it. It's gonna be fun. So the first thing that we're gonna do is paint the body. And I always paint and have my kids paint on top of a paper plate, just because the tables at home usually aren't the same as the ones at school, and so they're harder to clean. So we are just gonna dip and paint. Dip and paint. Okay friends, now when we have that completely covered, this is just like we did yesterday. We're gonna take our little egg carton and we're gonna put it someplace super duper safe so it can get nice and dry before we're ready to move on. Okay, so now the first part of my project is almost dry. I'm ready to move on. So I've picked out 2 googly eyes that I think are gonna probably be just perfect. And I'm gonna take those and we're gonna put a dot of glue on the back. Then I'm going to turn my wee plate. We're going to put these 2 little eyeballs right here in front. Looks like the sides of my egg carton are not quite dry. Easy cute. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pipe cleaner, since he's a little bit wet, so I'm going to wipe off my fingers. I'm going to take 1 pipe cleaner and I'm going to cut it perfectly in half. Now this is going to help us make our legs. So after we cut these in half, we're going to take them and we're going to go bend, 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 curved line, half a circle or a U. I'm going to take these and I'm going to glue them on the inside. So we'll do a dot of glue there and a dot of glue over here. And we're going to stick these little guys down in here so that my bug can stand up on his own 2 feet. Yeah? Okay, so the next couple things that we need is we need to make his wings so he can fly. So I picked a different color of pipe cleaner. I picked purple, and I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna bend these into the middle and twist, twist. See that, how I made a little loop-de-loop? Do you see that loop-de-loop? I'm gonna bend this one in and twist, twist. So I have 2 shapes here that look almost like an oval. See that? Almost like an oval. I'm going to flip my little bee back over. And we are going to put a dot of glue right here behind his head. And glue on his wings. I'm going to do his antenna the same color as his legs. And these ones are just going to be short, so we're just going to make a little bend. And if I have little kits for you guys, you'll be able to stick them in your kit. Okay, now when all of these different pieces have dried, you can go ahead. And do you remember what color we said a bee was? He was 2 different colors that make it so that he can show people that he's not a safe animal to touch. Because remember, bees have a stinger. So we're gonna wait until he's totally dry and we are going to put some black stripes on him. Now you can do that with paint if you have black paint. I actually didn't have any black paint, so I'm gonna just use a black marker and color some stripes on him. But for now, I'm gonna stick in his little antenna. Perfect. Okay, we'll wait for him to dry and then paint some stripes on him and see how he looks. Okay, my Spartan Station friends, that was so fun. I had so much fun hanging out with you today, and so I'll see you again tomorrow.